Hello, and welcome back to Cultist Simulator. I'm Areima, and let's dive right back into it. So where were we? We were reading a lot of books, collecting a lot of things. We had just finished our first expedition, and we are still actively looking for a heart disciple. The heart disciple will allow us to sort of deal with and get rid of notoriety, which is one of the few problems that we still have. Let's go ahead and get started in. So, looks like we're currently painting off... Yeah, we are just currently painting off some of our restlessness, and we created contentment through that. That will get rid of the despair over here. I think... Do I have any... We only have believers right now. We don't have any evidence against us. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a few moments here to kind of like focus on getting some new followers. By doing that, we're going to talk about esoteric matters using a lore. Also, we could probably buy some more books. No, we actually can't buy any more books because our bookshop is done. But we can explore using these occult scraps to find new locations that we can investigate. And while we're doing that, we will, of course, continue to work our day job. That is hilarious. So apparently, we read a book about the locksmith's dream. We got some nice amounts of lore, but at the exact same time that happened, a trembling in the air showed up, and it pulled fascination in. Well, that's going to be something we're going to have to deal with here in a moment. Not much we can do about that at the exact second. This might actually create... Yeah, it did create a fleeting remnants. If this lasts long enough, this will actually get rid of it for us. So we won't even have to worry about that. Which is very nice. Awfully convenient. What did we find? We found a forgotten Mithraneum. Okay. Oh, hey, Cater and Hero Limited. This is actually the warehouse that I was looking for, I think. So we're going to take a moment here. What do we need for this? We need knowledge. We should upgrade that. That'd be really nice. We're going to take a moment here, and once we find a heart person, we're probably going to investigate, go on another expedition there. Ooh, we have a new ritual. Okay. Rite of the Crucible Soul. This rite uses an instrument of power to set the blood afire. Fire is the lesion in the skin of the world. The assistant rarely survives unharmed. We do actually have a higher level Smith's secret now. And I'm going to show off what those things actually do in a moment here. But I just realized that if we do this, we can level up the Smith's Secret using the library, and then we'll actually have tier 2 Smith's Secret, and... Ooh. Is that going to be a heart person? Kinda seems like it is. Go ahead and recruit them right away. Be very useful if we can find someone that has heart. Detective is currently trying to hunt us down, and our brilliance is being destroyed immediately. Another moth. That's unfortunate. We'll put him over here. Do we have a previous moth? It's this lady, right? Yeah, we'll organize them by their main principle. So this lady was originally Edge. So one thing I wanted to show off is that how these rites actually work is that each rite basically gives you different slots. So for example, Watchman's Sorrow gives me a sacrifice slot where I can put something in, but it says that it'll consume it. So you have to pay attention. It consumes the content. So this would consume a lore, right? And then we get an assistant that can help us, an instrument that can help us, which would be an item up here that we'd have eventually, and a desire. So it would be like, for example, this. And then this one gives us an invocation, which is a principle, but it doesn't consume it. A victim, someone that we would actually just kill, so that we could use the hanger-on, for example. We could put the hanger-on in our society and imprison him and then toss him in here. An instrument and a desire. And the reason why this is important is because in order to perform certain rituals, we're going to need certain combinations of things. Like, let me see if I can find one real quick. Yeah. I think this one. Yeah, so if I use this with a corpse aspect and edge, a corpse will rise. So this would allow me to spend... This one right here would allow me to spend a corpse and then add in the rest that I need here in order to get enough winter that I could perform this ritual. Basically, the different rites just allow me to put different combinations in to get the amount of aspects or principles that I need of something. Yeah, we're gonna use an aspect we don't, or a principle we don't care about, a lore we don't care about, and we already have tentative evidence. What an asshole! Crocus Hill, new location for us to go to. It's green, so I think that means it's a tier 2. I don't remember. I think that is a tier 2 location, so I need to make sure to not just go there willy-nilly. We'll go ahead and keep working, I suppose. Yeah. I think we could use a moth person to try to destroy the evidence. But I don't know what happens if they fail. We'll try that here in a moment, actually. Just for experimentation, right? We need the talk verb of, are you kidding me? How is he already ready to go again? Well, the mystique is going to keep him busy for a moment. It might not be busy long enough for my talk verb to come back around, though. What a jerk. Why is my cop suddenly doing really well? He's normally a bumbling idiot. Now we have 2 of those. It looks like he's looking for renown, so there's a chance that this current talk thing finishes before he finishes that. Oh, it gave us more mystique. Actually useful. Okay, good, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Isbet here, and we're going to attempt to most likely succeed. Okay, so we're going to attempt to get rid of the tentative evidence. And I think this should succeed because he's looking at the mystique right now, which means that it's going to be a little while before he attempts to hoover this out. One thing to keep in mind is that because this has a magnet here, it will actually take the tentative evidence out of the talk verb. So if that had come around to being the next thing, if we hadn't generated mystique there, this would actually not have worked. Basically what I'm saying. We need more tier 1 locations, so we are actually going to go back to the Mansus and try and collect some tier 1 locations. Although I probably shouldn't have done that right now. I just noticed that I got unhealthy. Oh well. Keep reading my books as well. I think I speak Latin now, I do. So I can start reading all these as well. Evidence has been destroyed. Very nice. Okay, so Moth helps us destroy evidence. Heart helps us destroy suspicion. Those are going to be 2 very, very useful disciples. So I'm actually very glad now that I upgraded this disciple. I upgraded this person to a disciple. Peculiar Rumor, that'll work. Peculiar Rumor also gets me something I need. And I need to go ahead and rest up for the time being. I still want a heart person. So let's do some more investigation. So we're talking about occult matters. That gave us the Congregation of St. Felix, tier 1 location. We can investigate the popular rumor to get a hold of someone. Oh, wow. What is that? Yeah, tier 6. Heart. That was a really nice find in that book. What do we need for this? We need knowledge and illumination. So we would need... I think we can use a library for both of those, but we can only use it once. The library once. So we would need erudition, or we would need rarefied mind, which is a skill. So that's a higher level of scholarship, I think. It's a level that's beyond the normal levels of scholarship. Which actually, we should probably get more scholarship anyways. There's a new person. He cost us some notoriety to get him. But that's okay. And another location we can investigate. 3 more books. Once this talk is done... Just gave us another hanger-on. We will recruit again. We're going to be getting some restlessness today, so I think we'll go ahead and deal with that instead of going back to work. I need passion. Went into the wrong thing. There we go. And even more restlessness. Glad we did. That's Grail. I got excited for like 1 second because I saw red, but that's Grail, not heart. Gosh dang it. Okay, we'll keep talking. Keep trying here. And keep going back to the Mantis as well. What's this? The Dwyer Inn. That's a Dwyer Inn, that is. Sorry. Tier 2 location. We just got another knock thing, which we could actually combine right now. That would help us, actually. Because combining those 2 knocks makes our cult a little bit better. Are you kidding me? There's going to be a season of ambition or season of dread right after a season of ambition. I'm going to have so much dread here in a second. That's actually annoying. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get rid of more restlessness so it doesn't kill us. Probably need to go to the club and get rid of that first bit of dread there. Make sure we always keep a handle on this stuff. Do we have any other Grail people? No. Ah, Diva's notoriety instead. You know, it's exactly what we wanted. Well, the Dread managed to get in there, but that's okay. We should be able to solve that here in a few minutes. We want to probably do it the safest way possible here. Ooh, that is another unique person. Soluchana Amavasya. A laconic, energetic, bright-eyed, unblinking owner of the Ecthesis Club. She is another tutor that I can talk to. I also can, like, take quests from these people, and that will get me... there's some contentment for the dread. I don't know if the contentment's gonna last long enough. 56 seconds versus 30 seconds. I think it will. I might go get more contentment here in a moment just to make sure. What season it's next? More ambition. So that's going to get me restlessness. And then after that is fascination. Okay, so I have plenty of time. I don't need to focus on getting rid of this notoriety anytime soon. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to keep going. And now we have a tier 6 knock, which will allow us to instantly upgrade all. We can basically go through our entire list and upgrade all of our people now, which is fantastic. We'll get rid of more restlessness so we don't get too much dread. Yeah, we have fascination next, so we don't really care too much. Here we go. You can see how there's basically just like always something we need to be doing. Always something. It is really nice because it's kind of like it keeps you going as well. Because there's just like there's so much push for you to be completing tasks. And between the balance of trying to stay alive, which I personally find quite fun, and the desire to always have something to be doing, it really does feel like it's a balancing act, and it's really nice. This is in Latin, so I need the Latin installer first. I just want to finish off reading all of these books. This requires Fusine. Do either of these people teach me? Fusine teaches Latin. And she teaches Sanskrit. Well, I could probably learn Sanskrit from her. There's a new acquaintance. Please be a hard acquaintance. You don't look like you're going to be a hard acquaintance. I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just, you know, a statement of reality here. Factual statement. He kind of looks a little too frail. The heart. There's the book translated, and then we can read it. What is he? Lantern. Kinda guessed it. Definitely not heart. Okay, keep going. What's our next season? Dread. We'll be fine. We do have the restlessness, but by the time it comes around, we'll be able to get rid of this. So I am not concerned. St. Agnes Hospital, another tier 1 location. We'll just go ahead and try and get some more locations. Because once we get all of the people we need, and probably get a few of our people upgraded as well, we will just like blast through all these locations. There's a Grail lore upgraded. I actually forgot to go and look up what the order of these is and get them all in the right order. I'll probably do that here in a moment. In fact, I'm going to do that now. Okay, so here's the order. We're going to say pause for this. So winter converts into heart. We'll move those there. Heart converts into Grail. Grail goes into moth. Which goes into lantern. And then forge. Then edge. And edge goes back into winter. And lock kind of converts everything. And is also very important for our society. So we're going to keep it the farthest to the left. Okay, there we go. I feel a lot better now because if we need to, whenever we get farther along, we're going to need to be converting these around a lot. So in order to get twos of things, so we'll need that order eventually. Thump of the wheel. Hey, I got a good one. We'll go ahead and explore that. Like we're gonna be sick, so we'll probably leave our dream open. New person, recruit them. What do we get here? More moth. Go ahead and put that there. And everything up here now is Latin. Will take a little bit longer to translate, but we should be able to go through it pretty quickly here. I feel like once we get a heart person, and there we go, heart. Okay. Beautiful. In fact, because they're heart, we are going to immediately upgrade them. So we need 7th intensity. So we need just a little bit more luck, actually. We can't do an upgrade directly from that. We don't have any more luck, do we? I am going to do this, though. So if we have problems with our reputation, our believer may be able to smooth them over. Very nice. And then we got another tier 2 location. And we will deal with this sickness right away. We do need basically just a little bit more luck in order to... In fact, what we could do is we could take another tier 6. So, like, we could take Light Lantern or something like that. And we could use that to upgrade luck. What would we need? We would need knowledge. We can solve with the library. We'd need a grim lesson. So we would need dread. We would actually need dread to fuel this. And then, because we're converting this, we would also need the knowledge, which will be solved by the library. Okay. We're going to try this and kind of see what happens here. So what else can we do with the silent intensity? Okay. We won't be able to get silent intensity anytime soon. Basically what silent intensity is, you can take all of these skills to a max level. And then once you take them to a max level, you'll be able to combine them with a aspect to get one of like 2 or 3 choices. And depending on what you choose, you'll get different... Oh, cool. She gave me a rumor because of that. Very nice. You'll be able to get different versions of these. They're permanent upgrades, and you can only choose one of the 3, but that will allow you to use them in different ways. Like, in Silent Intensity would be a version of a Steely Physique that allows us to solve grim problems. A red secret. That's not useful. Okay, let's try this real quick. So we want to combine this one with this one. Any lore studied with knock becomes knock. So it's going to require... The only problem is that we have the dread part. So I want to, like, generate dread. Is there a way for me to do that easily? Dread or fascination? Okay, let's try that. So this is my heart person. We're going to put our heart person over here. I might actually put them in the same order as my principles on the left there, just so I can keep them in check. Which means that I don't have a winter person. I do have a heart person. Move them all out of the way. He's my grail. And we have moth. This guy's lock. So grail, moth. Didn't we have another moth person? I might be misremembering that we had 2 moths. There's our lantern. Blood Law is our forge. And oh, here's the other moth. And these people are edge. The wound gave them lock, but they don't actually have lock naturally. Okay. And we don't have a winter person. We'll actually have them keep doing that. I don't know if they can get wounded doing this. Doesn't seem like something that would wound. Okay. The next season is not dread, so we should be fine. Oh, hey, we found a new person. Actually, we're about to see if it works. In about 30 seconds here, it might take up on our notoriety. We did not get dread. We'll try this again. And we want to make sure the season of dread isn't up at the time as well. I will say that that does kind of make me want to get a grim physique. God dang it. The notoriety came up too quickly there. Yeah, see, it would have pulled in the reputation, but The notoriety thing kind of came around a little too fast. We can at least take a moment to recruit this person. Do we get dread? No. Come on. We actually want the dread. Ideally, we can also just like wait until we get some restlessness to use that as well. We're gonna leave our study verb open for a moment though, because I want to see about doing this. What is she? She is Grail, so that is this slot here. Gotta keep stuff organized because we're gonna start having a lot of cards. Sensitive evidence. Well, okay then. We're gonna go ahead and try and get rid of that right away. Our next season is romance again. Unfortunate. So many hanger-ons. We actually can recruit the hanger-ons as well, and they'll just kind of be like weak versions of believers. Even weaker than a believer. And they can't really be promoted very far either. Did they fail? Oh, they did fail. They even took a wound too. Okay. We'll heal them real quick. I did not realize that they could take wounds doing that. I guess it makes sense. They're probably like sneaking into a place or something like that. Okay. That's something we'll have to keep in mind. We probably need a lot more moth on her eventually so that she has a higher success chance of doing that. What's next? Ugh, I don't really want the notoriety thing. Okay, we need to finish her quickly so that she can attempt to destroy the evidence again. She got some lock out of it. That's oops, wrong person. Hopefully that's good enough. It's funny, now that I want dread, I can't get any. I could probably start sending people on expeditions again. Oh, I can sell this as well, I just realized. Definitely no need to keep that. Get rid of the affliction here in a moment. He's going to pull in all that notoriety. We also need to probably upgrade our heart person basically as quickly as possible. We await word. Please, 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 please. And they failed again. Okay, maybe that's... It says that it's unlikely that they'll fail, but they're failing a lot. So either I'm getting very, very unlucky, or it's actually a lot easier for them to fail than the game is giving. The game is letting on. Yeah, so he's probably going to make a better evidence out of this. Well, we got the thing we wanted, so we'll go ahead and start this, because this will create a yeah, damn it Evans. Okay, well, now we have to spend her every time trying to get rid of the evidence. Oh my god, I might lose the game here because it's going straight back to the Season of Suspicion with damning evidence. Gosh dang it. Because with damning evidence, he can just decide to convict us with, like, absolutely no recourse on our part. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, he's taking the suspicion first. So this goes to a knowledge challenge first. Good to know. Okay, and there's our dread. We don't have the Season of Dread nets, so we should be fine. Okay. Tampering with records. Come on, come on, come on. Evidence destroyed. Thank you so much, lady. Thank you so much. I wanted her to do something else, but I accidentally autoed into exploration there. What's the next season? Dread. Fortunately, I'll be able to use this dread. That. And it'll complete first. Good, good, good. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this restlessness. And we should be completing this then, right? If I'm understanding this correctly. We've resolved the Grim Challenge. Okay. If I understand how that works correctly, then that should be done now. It is going to duplicate my dread, though, I think. So we're going to go ahead and get ahead of that and try and get some contentment right away here. So we need a illumination, which we already have the library in here. So here's my question is this going to solve the problem again, or do we need even more illumination? Because we actually have the aspect of library in there already. Of course we didn't get contentment. Oh, we got some right there. Good. The dread gets pulled in there instantly. I resolved it. Okay, so having the library in there resolves every illumination challenge. So I only have, if there's duplicate challenges, I only have to solve them once. And she is going to get rid of some of the notoriety. Earnest speeches, affable conversation. The standards of daylight society cannot apply to us, but perhaps we won't emphasize that point. Perhaps we'll rely on charm and good humor. I have supplied elegant platitudes about the high principles of our organization. And this looks like that's completed, which will give us a higher level of knock and give us the ability to go through and upgrade all of our people. The main people we're going to upgrade first is going to be our heart person, because our moth is already done. It created a peculiar rumor and did not give rid of the notoriety, so I guess that's only a chance to happen, huh? Well, we're about to have a better thing, so we will hold on to it. Created dread, but it also created a Menacate invocation. When the moon's face was wounded, these words appeared. Okay, so now if I understand this correctly, I can do this, this, and this. Aha! Promote to believer. Hell yeah. Now we can actually just go through and do that to all of our people. And while we're doing that, we'll go back to reading books. After we promote everyone, we will go through and start doing these expeditions again. I'm going to feel a lot better now that we have a heart and a moth person, because we have answers to all of the problems now. To some degree, at least. More hanger-ons. So now she is a 5 heart person. Hell yes. Okay. We'll go ahead and do him as well. We'll just go through and do the top line of people so that we have one of each type at 5 now. What's our next problem? Health. Okay, don't care. I mean, I guess we can dream. Get more locations. Make sure that we keep all our verbs busy whenever we don't really need anything else. So he's 5 now. We'll get a 5 Grail next. So what do we need? Just want to check real quick. What do we need for our great work? The final fulfillment of a desire is often a conclusion. It is not enough to hope. I stand or fail on my deeds. Desires are often the means to winning a game. The desire for sensation or power or enlightenment will require a great ritual, but there are other, even rarer desires. So that's the last step, is to do that. So I need to pass through the stag door. Okay, so that's my next goal, is to get through the stag door, which is going to require certain amounts of knowledge. And I think it's going to require very specific knowledge. I don't think I remember which, to be honest, but okay, so this is going to require a sanctuary, a glimmering, and a library. So we need a glimmering. Glimmering is from passion. So that's actually very easy to get. We can just do a painting real quick. Just on like anything, I think. And we'll upgrade these. We're going to start trying to upgrade our highest level ones to even higher level lores. And we'll do that while we're upgrading our people. Okay, so there is another... let's just go for this one. That wasn't ideal. We got an awareness of appetite, which is a grail power. Let's actually double check. So, the white door. We can put in our thing? Really? To the stag door. The ascent is slow, winds from nowhere pluck at me. My skin is stained with light. The wood shivers in motion far below. That might actually succeed. Oh, you know what? We can actually put some of our paints in here. So, let's put some forge paint in here. Paint something real, something powerful with the paints, the eldritch paints. We have this Grail person upgraded. We'll go to our next upgrade, which will be our lantern upgrade here. Did this give us some glimmerings? It did give us glimmerings. Did it give us anything unique? No, it didn't. But that's okay. So we'll go ahead and start studying this. And we'll make sure and do our heart thing here soon. Ooh, okay, so we gained a new thing, the Stag Door's Riddle. The Stag Door, a ridged barrier of blood-streaked horn, huge enough for a ship to pass. It was broken long ago, and even now the stars are not quite healed. In a declivity beside the door rests a vast and wounded golden head. Its mouth would be large enough to swallow me, were its jaw not shattered. It is the name, Gerby. It begins to intone its riddle. The Stag Door's riddle is, what are the words that make sacrifice sweet? Answer this riddle to pass the Stag Door and be a no. Okay. So I think that's something we have to dream on. In my dream, I will stand again before the Stag Door, a ridged barrier of blood-streaked horn broken long ago, not yet quite healed. That vast and golden head, Gerby, will wait the answer to my riddle. Okay, so let's see if we have an answer. That is not the answer. That is not the answer. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I am going to just kind of guess at this. Because it's a specific principle. And I probably could read everything to try and find it. But this game is beyond esoteric. Okay, basically what I'm seeing is I don't have the answer right now. So that's just going to waste our dream for a few seconds. Not the worst thing in the world. It's also not the greatest, best thing in the world. We need a glimmering here. And we're going to also need a library, I think. Our next upgrade is done. We'll now upgrade Ledlaw, our forge person. Oop. Oh, we need to definitely cure that. So there's the glimmering answer. What's next? Fascination. We should be fine. And once we get all these people upgraded once, we will head into some expeditions. Oh, it instantly gave us fascination. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that in a moment. Fascination isn't that hard to get rid of. So I'm not too worried, but it is something we have to be aware of. Now this will be our edge person, and the last person we're going to upgrade for the time being. We'll start some expeditions after this. Yeah, it immediately pulled in some fascination. But we should be fine. A lot of things that we do creates the thing that gets rid of fascination. I was a fleeting remembrance? Fleeting something. So I think we should be fine. Is there any of these that I can do this with? That's 4, that's 4, that's 2. I could level up my scholarship. It's fine. Okay, so everyone is leveled up. So we are going to head towards Cater and Hero Limited. So this place is a location, and it's in the capital, and it's a vault. So we are going to send Rose, who is our muscle, and we're going to send Ledlaw, who is our forge, and then some funds. Beginning an expedition, Cater and Hero Limited. The remaining factory walls could topple at any moment. Blackened timbers creak in pain. We must equip ourselves properly and move with dreadful care. And we will check back on that in a moment to see if, actually, we'll probably just do this in the meantime. We'll recruit some of these Hainerons. We'll check back on that in a moment to see what we actually, what our challenges are, what we need. We did, in fact, upgrade our moth lore there. We could go ahead and do the same with winter, get that started. Our library lets us do that basically for free. Okay, so what is our challenge? We are facing treacherous ground. We need forge or lantern. We probably have enough, to be honest. We already have 5 forge. I don't think we can send any more forge. We could send a whole bunch of lantern. So I'm just going to send funds for now. Actually, you know what? I am going to send some lantern for the future. Just to be ready. Continue to make money as well. So this person, yeah, like I said, he's loyal but lacks initiative. They only give like 1 of something. So now we have a pawn. I like that they get glasses whenever they become a pawn. I do think that I'm going to send Dorothy on some cult business. I don't think she's going to be able to finish in time to get rid of any of our notoriety, but it's worth a try. The watchmen will lend virtue to our lamps, but they will show us the perils to avoid. Probably. So what I could do is I could send my other lantern person now. Now we have 7 lantern, which should be more than enough to overcome. Because it does just go by the amounts of here. It doesn't go by individuals. As long as we don't randomly lose here, I do feel very set up. Well, she got rid of some mystique, I guess. So there's that. It's literally something. I didn't notice I had restlessness. Annoying. And we did it in 1. Hell yeah. Well, it says treasure lies before us. I don't even need the money. I think I actually do, because I'm actually out of money, so. Well, she got rid of our, what little we had there of issue. This is why having a lot of followers is useful, because we could send 2 of the same follower. Cater's office. Here is the capacious room where Mr. Cater once watched his workers on the factory floor. The window glass is long gone, and rats and crows have made this place their battleground. But perhaps there is still something of use here. Yeah, we have a little bit of dread. We should keep an eye on that. Another pawn with just a little bit of power to them. Continue to promote believers. And what do we get? So we got some bronze spirite. Go away. We got a new book, some vital pigments, a tool, a heart tool. I should give this my heart person, and we're going to do that in a moment to make them a lot better. An abandoned warehouse. We're going to put this over here because once we're done needing the library, we're actually going to move into the abandoned warehouse. And just a little bit of notoriety. Not the worst thing in the world. And everyone made it out without any wounds, I think. Yeah, everyone made it out without any wounds. Very nice. Very, very nice, actually. We are going to go to the club after that real quick. And, that's Sanskrit. Thank you very much. Get some contentment to get rid of. Are you kidding me? You had, like, no evidence against me. Apparently, I actually had contentment there somewhere. He had no evidence against me. It just randomly creates evidence. This guy's a jerk. I find, like, it might be way too easy for them to create evidence. Way too easy. Well, she's upgraded. So what we're going to do is we're going to give her this. Will increase the follower's relevant aspect, but you can never reclaim the tool, nor gift it as a second tool. So now she will be... Theoretically, it's going to give her half of that, so she'll be a 7 in heart now. Which would be really nice. Really, really nice. I think I can do this, right? Yeah, I can just go to my place. We'll warm the spaces between the shop with firelight, enliven them with the kettle's whistle and the gramophone's hum. Not all of our celebration required the shedding of blood. Yeah, I'm curious what that does. I had noticed when I was mousing over verbs that I could put my headquarters in there. Well, once we're done upgrading her, we'll probably not risk harming Isabeth off of getting rid of tentative evidence, but we will send her. She is now a 6, okay, not a 7. We will send her to get rid of further amounts of suspicion. So that gives us a trembling heirs. Okay. And that gave us a watchman's secret. Very nice. We are going to get rid of our restlessness. And we didn't really get any other books there. We just mostly got, like, items. The library does mean that we can upgrade our... Oop, I didn't want to do that. Our lantern aspects very easily. What does the trembling heirs fall into? Need to keep an eye on that because it might be something useful there. She should get rid of that notoriety, or at least try. She has 6 heart now, so she has a pretty good chance, I feel like. Use a library to solve those challenges. Yep, she got rid of it. Okay, that's pretty nice now. We need to get this lady up to higher moth levels then, because that's really useful. Actually, what does it take for me to exalt a disciple? To exalt a disciple to a key, I will need knock at least the 21st intensity. In any case, only the most gifted will be suitable. So right now we have 8 intensity. Yeah. So we're going to need a really high lore for this, and we'll probably also need a tool on top of that in order to get to 21. That's crazy high. Okay, so it's going to be a while before we can upgrade these guys again. We can just go through and start upgrading everyone else, though. We don't really need to do anything else right now. And we can also just kind of start doing more expeditions. So for Mithraeum, we're going to... These two, Rose and Ladlaw, are probably going to be our expedition spearheads, because Forge and Edge are just really useful on expeditions in my experience. So they're going to be the people that we pretty much always spearhead our expedition. So he's going to grab our evidence, but we don't have any suspicion right now. Okay, so our first challenge is a door. We need lantern or knock. We'll send some lantern then. And this requires illumination, which means we've already passed that challenge. We can just ignore it. And while we're waiting, we'll just do that. We have a much stronger moth person now. Probably make this guy stronger at lantern. Theoretically, since we have no other suspicion, we should be fine here. Our senses are sharpened. We should find this door. We're going to go ahead and send funds, just so we don't have to on a later step. So we always want to keep at least one fund in here. And since this is a tier 1, that should be, this door should be our only challenge that we face. He still only has sensitive evidence. Okay, good. So he didn't upgrade it because he didn't have anything else to do with it. I'll grab the popular rumor from the Mansis, which we can just hold on to. Actually, the Peculiar Rumor will probably get destroyed because this might not be done in the next 60 seconds. While we're sitting here not using our talk verb, we will recruit pawns. We don't really want to create any notoriety right now, so we're going to avoid... using like painting and stuff like that. Treasure lies before us. Yeah. These tier 1s are actually, we probably actually over-skilled these tier 1s. We can probably just blow through all of these with very little to no challenge at this point. I was too nervous, I think. And we really didn't need as much power as we put into this. We can use health to go through the second door and just kind of look around. Although I do want to find all of the tier 1 things before we move on to tier 2. Okay, so we got new stuff. Refulgin. A white soap here remains visible even to the utter darkness. A new type of paint. We have a new empty location, which is a potential headquarters, although I'm probably not going to use it. Ooh, a new item. Alaga Baleen Manacle. It's an 8 winter item. Hell yeah. Okay, so that's going to go in a new row up here of tools. We have a cracked Noonstone. Noon, the saying goes, is not what it was, but the stone still retains an embery glow. It has been cracked. A forge aspected follower could restore it with sufficient resources. Or I could use up what power remains in it. So that's something we can repair. We got a little bit of money and a little bit of notoriety. Okay. Need to make sure we include the solution in there. And I was right. My rumor went away before I got a chance to spend it. So we'll want to use Leadlaw here to repair that. One of the things that, you know how we had the bomb maker earlier, one of the things we can do as well is we can find people like that to send on expeditions. So we don't have to risk our people, but the bomb makers and all of them, they're temporary, right? Now another thing we can do is we can also summon as well, which will be a very useful thing. But we'll go ahead and queue up another expedition. But that is probably where we're going to stop for today. This has been Cultist Simulator. I have been Areima. This is the Mansis. Ooh, hell yeah. We got a Furtive Truth, which is a nice little explorable right there. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment. And if you want to see more, subscribe. See you next time. Goodbye.